Oblivious Maximus. I'm Aaron, one of the two hosts.
I'm Ben. I'm the other of one of two
hosts.
Two hosts. Yep.
Yep, you and
us.
me.
Yep. How are you today, mate?
Fucking awesome. How are you?
Yeah, good. We're joined by Bec Charlwood, Sydney comedian. How are you going today, mate?
Hello, I'm the one guest on the pod. It's a pleasure to be here.
Guest one.
We're doing number work today. That's how we get started.
Sometimes you do two guests.
We do.
Why just me today?
Give you the spotlight?
Yeah.
It's on.
Thank you. Yeah, I did ask for them. Full disclosure, I did ask for the lighting to be changed because I was like, I look sick. And the actual fact is, we put the light on and I still look sick. Because in fact, I have had a cold. So that's why I thought that a lighting could change that.
That's why we've siloed you. One person.
With all these diva demands that I've got. Oh, she wants a light on.
It was a containment process, actually.
You got to ask for the things you want in this life.
Exactly. You don't get them.
Yeah, no, we did do an episode with two different guests where we were just like as an experiment.
Yeah.
And that worked. And then we did an episode the other week where we had 6 people on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too many.
Yeah, it was fun, but definitely too many people.
Yeah. And there just was not enough microphones was the main.
People are having a sub in.
Yeah, they was sharing. They were
sharing a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
we're me.
Bold new stuff in podcasting. Yeah. We got to get more fellas on.
Only one way to spread this misinformation further.
Wow, that's a dangerous step when you're like, there's not even enough microphones for all the fellas that we've got. Guys, we've reached capacity at that point.
We're just layering more information over over and over again. Thanks for coming on. You're in town for your show tomorrow. Oh, no,
yes,
tonight.
Tonight. So I imagine this is coming out within the next few hours. Pump up those ticket sales, guys.
And we get them up as soon as the people leave.
Get hot to it. Yeah, if you're listening to this and you wanted to see me live in Melbourne, sorry.
You missed
it's already happened, but I know it was awesome. I know it was awesome and you should feel silly for missing out.
Real fuckhead.
Yeah. But this is the first stop on the tour. So I'm doing Canberra, I'm doing Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, Sydney still left. So if you're in one of those cities and you continue to enjoy this podcast after for the next 30 minutes at least.
We usually do the plugs at the end, but plugs at the start is good.
No one's listening at the I had a podcast for 5 years. You know exactly when people stop listening and it's 10 minutes before the end.
As soon as you go, what do you got coming up there? Turn that off.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we want to listen to the free thing you do. Fuck that shit. You do for money.
Money in 2025? You're dreaming.
No way.
It's all love.
So, but you did some spots last night.
Yes.
Warm up for the show tonight. Was that the plan?
Gave comedy a red hot go for the first time right before the show.
And how
guys, not good. I would be concerned.
I'm cancelling the tour.
No, they were great. They were good. I did Cooper's Inn and Republic, and they're both great clubs. Good vibes. Melbourne, it's also so easy to get between places. I just walk.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be doing that in Sydney.
Yeah.
Nah. I really find that I'm really revving up the Ubers in Sydney if I'm there. Or luckily last time I was there, I was staying with Luca Muller and he lent me his car. And that was
you've got to have a car in Sydney.
Oh, man. You got to have that car.
Yeah. You got to show up to every gig somehow on time, but so panicked. You've nearly died on the way there on the Sydney roads.
And is this your first tour in a little bit?
Yeah, it's first tour in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't like to do a show every year because I truly don't have that much.
Got to build up stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I've learned to live my life slower, for my mental health, and it means unfortunately I don't have now that I'm medicated, I don't have a crazy story that's blowing up my life to chat about every year.
Yeah, I feel like that's the trade-off with getting older and more in control. It's like life more normal, less insane stories.
Yeah.
And this is my first independent tour as well. I'm putting this all on myself. And I will say this is the first time that I'm actively trying to save money on tour.
Yeah.
Because that's hard as hell. Before I just was like, whatever, it's fun. This is basically on someone else's dime. And now I'm like, oh, I really got to make every ticket count.
Yeah, that was a real reality check for me, not working full time anymore. And then late last year did some interstate stuff. I stayed with your sister in Brisbane.
Yeah, you did.
And just was really trying to squeeze every penny out. Yeah. And you do look at yourself in the mirror a bit.
Yeah, you really start to be like, how many meals do I really need to eat in
Yeah.
a day?
Yeah.
I've gotten very good at eating, like finding like free food onto it, or like I've started. This is so old lady of me, and I'm only 31. I've started bringing food
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
on the road with me.
You got to bring food.
Yeah.
Well, last time I was in Brisbane this year, and I was staying in a place that had a fridge, and man, did I make some wraps?
Hell yeah, wraps is a great one.
Wraps is a great one. And yeah, nuts. I
Nuts
find
are a good
you
one.
can just nibble on those throughout the day.
Yeah,
Keep yourself-
muesli bars, they're a game changer.
Oh,
Always
man.
bring a box of muesli bars.
Yep, and you're just when people see you've got 6 muesli bars with you.
They know you're going well.
It does take the rock and roll out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But also oats, quick oats.
Yes.
You only need a kettle to make them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good. I've been really ripping into ramen and trying to make fancy as hell ramen in a motel room, which is pretty easy actually. Can I
Yeah.
tell you about my motel ramen?
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So you got to get the shin ramen. That's the
Yep.
good stuff. The one
Yeah.
in a red. So you don't even need a bowl for it. Okay.
Mm.
If you can pick up utensils from the shop, because sometimes you'll go to a motel that won't even have
Yeah, no spoon.
a spoon or a fork. And
Yeah.
you're like, you just get that paddle pop stick to make
Yeah.
coffee. You're like, I
Eating-
can't be using 2 of these as chopsticks.
Waiting for it to cool down so you can just drink it.
You can grab like bok choy from, so you get a vegetable in there. You can also buy boiled eggs now, which is like some people draw the line at that. Not me.
I'm not
You can
buying
buy
that,
a
but
pre-boiled egg.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa,
Oh, worse. Yeah.
that's wild to me.
So you get that, you put it like all in to the like pot with the boiled water. Chuck in also a little packet of sugar from the
Mm.
coffee. You can also get those little packets from like the food court of
Oh yeah.
soy sauce if you want to really.
Mm.
Now you're going to multiple locations to save $10.
Just to not buy a
You got to
meal.
set aside 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're going foraging.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
one.
Essentially.
Yeah, I mean that's a great way to get around things. Like, because
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I find that like if you're doing a big run of shows, you're just eating the same thing the whole time. But if you can find something good like that, that's key. Write this down, guys.
Take note.
And you just got back from Edinburgh, or like a little
Yes.
while. How was
Yeah.
this your first time, or
First ever doing Edinburgh. I did the free fringe.
yes?
I just did 2 weeks. I didn't do the whole month.
You got to start. I started off with 2 weeks.
Yeah.
in
Have you
twen-
ever done the whole month?
Yeah, I did the whole month last year.
How do you find it?
You go slightly crazy,
Mhm.
and then
That's definitely the vibe, yeah, I got from because when
Yeah.
I was leaving, I was on a high. I was like, that was the best experience I've ever had in my comedy career. And everyone else started to really decline after
Yeah.
that.
well, it's sort of like you got to have. It's like the middle point is like the worst bit,
Yeah.
and then once you get past that, you're like, here we go. I'm running on pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
I'm going through it, and you're out till like 8 a.m. the whole time, and I probably did go insane at some
Yeah.
point, but that's sort of part of it. But the first time I did it was 2 weeks, and I came in at the middle point, and everyone was kind of like, "We're fucked,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "I'm stoked. I'm
Oh,
here. I'm
great,
here
yeah.
to have a good time." But yeah, the month definitely have to like lock in.
Mm.
Ha-
I don't think I could ever do the month. I don't think I'm built for it.
no.
I'm too fragile of a person.
And where were you staying? Like, did you?
I got so lucky. Okay, this is a bit of a brag.
Mhm.
And honestly, I was like, am I the luckiest girl in the world? So I looked at a comm and everyone basically is staying in the student comm. Like you're staying in a
Mm.
dorm where it's like you have your own
Yeah.
room, but you share a kitchen and a bathroom with 10 other people. And it was going to cost me $6,000
Mm.
for 2 weeks. Sorry, I love to say numbers. I will say how much I'm earning, how much I pay for anything.
We're all about that.
We're all about that.
Okay, good,
yeah.
cool. Some people someone edited out when I when I said how much I earned in a corporate. Someone edited it out. I was like, why are you doing that?
This is how
This
big. This
is-
is how big business wins.
Yeah,
That's That's the
exactly.
purpose of unionization and awards is
Yeah.
so you know what you're allowed to ask for.
Yeah, otherwise other people are getting paid completely different to you for the same job. It's like,
Yes.
there's no standard rate.
It's the same shit in music, and people like don't want to talk. They often promoters will be like, "Don't tell people what you're getting paid," and it's like,
Ew.
why? Like,
Yeah. What are you
I-
trying to pull over?
yeah, everyone's allowed to know. Like,
Mm.
Yeah. Ridiculous. So anyway, $6,000 for a dorm,
Yeah.
right? And I told my mum this, and it awakened the rich white lady. Sorry to
Yes.
reveal 10 minutes into the pod, I went to a private school. I'm quite privileged.
Get out.
Sorry. I'm all about transparency and money, and it's because my family got a lot of it. But she was like, absolutely not. My daughter is not paying that much. So she approached every person she's ever met from the UK and was like,
Great.
do you know someone in Scotland that my daughter can stay with? To the point her boss told her, he's like, you need to stop asking
Co-workers.
Scottish people. Like because she's a real estate agent. So she was going through the books being like, has a Scottish person bought a house recently? Like insane. And I was like, I understand why we're related. We're the same level of insane. And so she found someone whose sister had a house. They were like, yep, you can stay. Still charge me, like 50 quid a night for the room, which I was like, fair enough. You're absolutely strangers to me. And then I was like, great, this is an awesome deal. The week beforehand, they called me up and they're like, we are so sorry. Our son has had to move home unexpectedly. We don't have the spare room anymore. However, brother has just sold his apartment. It's now vacant. There's not much there, but you'd get the whole place to yourself.
Oh my God.
Would you like to stay there instead? Is that okay? I was like, is that okay?
That's way better.
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
That's incredible.
Yeah. And it was right out near Leith. Near
Yeah.
I could see the ocean from where I was staying.
God.
Yeah, it was pretty dang blessed. It was
That's
pretty awesome.
That's incredible. That's how I got to get in on this.
Yeah, you gotta get a crazy mum.
All right, my
This is what a lot of
mum,
people
you
have
got
done in their life.
Mum start calling Scots now.
My mum always,
Earl, get on it.
yeah. Well, she always does go like, "You got some cousins over there." I'm like, "Shut up! I haven't met them. I'm not going to see them."
You
But
gotta do it.
Maybe, those tenuous family connections. Maybe I got to get more into that.
Yeah, you gotta be. I think this is also now that I'm paying for all of my own touring stuff. I'm really like, no, I will stay on a couch. Actually, I think I can actually.
I can suck it up.
Yeah, like at the moment, I'm staying with a friend who has a dog. I am fully allergic to dogs.
Nice.
But I've brought a lint and roller and antihistamines, and I'm like, we're just doing it.
We're just doing it. You gotta
doing it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like I sort of like when I was working full time, I was like, yeah, I'll just buy a hotel. I'll just get the hotel.
Yeah.
And then, maybe I should have stuck with that.
I mean, I think I've gone kind of I've rode both waves to now I'm at the point where I've done touring and stayed in people's fucking hallways and slept in the worst places on earth. And then now I'm at the point where I work full time, so I am just like, no, I'm staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
And it's often people will be like, oh, we'll book the hotel for you. I'm like, I don't need you to do that.
Yeah,
I'll book the hotel for me. You just give me the money for the hotel. I don't want your hotel. I want my hotel.
Yeah.
And say
you
how
gotta
much.
pick. You gotta make sure they got the right checkout time.
I got so many rules for this at this point now because I
What
think
are your hotel rules?
okay, so I'm a big shill for booking.com
Love booking.com.
because of all the free cancellation and no fees rules.
And you work your way up
You work your way up. So now I'm getting good discounts and
What
stuff.
tier are you on?
I think I'm at the top tier now.
Hell yeah. What percentage discount?
I think it's 20% off whatever normal ones are.
Beautiful.
But basically everything I book now comes with free cancellation. And for touring, that's always important because if something goes wrong, which has happened multiple times in my life, whole national tours getting cancelled the week of. So having free cancellation very important. But so I'm big on that. And I'm also big on if I find a better deal closer to it, I'll turf the one I've got and go to a different one.
Nice.
So that's
You all of a sudden see the show sold out. You're like, actually,
I'm gonna say
I
it
might stay at the QT.
Yeah. No, so so booking.com free cancellation, rule number 1. Number 2, I want to be if it's with depending on which band I'm with, the one that I tour with the most, we got to have separate rooms. We can't be staying in the same room as one another. We're too old for that now.
Yeah.
And everyone's living their own weird life. 3 of us are snoring. One can't sleep when they hear someone snoring. So there's all these rules around that. My band's with friends of mine. I'll sleep in the same fucking bed as them. I don't care. But this is what I mean. I can't I can't have to rely on a promoter to understand all these intricacies. So I've got to be in charge. So I'll just be like, just pay me what you're willing to pay, and then I will cover the rest.
Yeah, smart. Because also you don't have to explain all this stuff like
no,
to another adult.
Hand them the rider of like,
yeah.
And I want to be on this level, and I want to get this.
My other thing too is like in Sydney, I always try and stay at the airport hotels because it's always a nightmare. I mean, you know this probably better than anyone.
Yeah, I'm there every day.
Sydney Airport.
I know.
Sydney
you
Airport
need to tell
sucks.
me that city sucks.
Sydney Airport sucks as well. And it's basically, right now as well, bizarrely in Australia, basically every airport in Australia is under construction right now.
Yeah.
So going to them is
I pray that they are finally making a blanket rule. Do the laptops go in or out of the bag?
Fucking hell.
Sort it out, guys.
Yeah. Where does the deodorant go? Where does my belt go?
Yeah.
And they get annoyed at you when you
don't
ask.
know. Yeah.
And you're like, I got to take this laptop out. And they're like, no, leave it in. You're like, well,
okay.
Fucking make the sign bigger, cunt.
Yeah. I was literally just in Brisbane. They said the opposite.
Yeah.
These people, I also feel sorry for them because I was like, that is their whole job.
Oh, man. It must
standing
suck
there being like,
ass.
laptops out.
Yeah.
Laptops out of the bag.
Well, and I mean, obviously it's a big like, you know, online gag, but the TSA in America is so bad. Like there's a reason why it's off teased online, but they are like insane over there. Like they'll scream at you no matter what. You could be a baby, you could be a grandma, you could be clearly not from that country, and they'll be like ruthless with you. Like, but here, I mean, they're starting to get like that here, I feel like. But I mean, the most recent one I had here, I was like, do I need to take my belt off? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I didn't the last time I was here. And then they're like, I put it in the thing and like, not in the tray. You have to hold it in your hand. And I was like,
what is with that?
It's still going.
And then,
why can't it be
and then they're like,
then?
you give it to me. You go through and give it to me. I'm like, all right, fuck. Like, and I was just like, what is the point of all this?
Oh my God. Anyway, airport hotels in Sydney. I also want to clarify, anyone from Sydney, I don't hate the people of Sydney. Love y'all, but we have to admit, it kind of sucks there.
Yeah.
It's rough.
The place
Not
is
an
hard.
easy place to live.
Yeah. So airport hotels, the reason, because there's a lot of airport hotels in Sydney. In Melbourne, there's only like 3, but
I've never even explored the airport hotels in
and
Sydney.
They're all really nice because they're like, I mean, they're all like 4-star hotels and they're pretty cheap because they're right near the airport. But you then just book an earlier flight home the next day and then you're right there.
And the early flight is cheaper as well.
It's cheaper. The hotel's nice.
See, I'm doing this the whole wrong way. I'm staying at someone's house that's far away from the airport and getting the early flight.
Yeah.
And then getting there way too early because I think I'm going to miss the flight.
Well,
and I feel like a crazy person.
I think the other thing too for me is that like when I'm going back to the hotel after the show, it's a fucking 1 a.m. or whatever. Like I don't need to explore the gorgeous sights of Circular Quay. Like I'll just go.
Hey, Circular Quay is gorgeous. Actually, I will stand on business. Circular Quay is absolutely fucking stunning.
You know, one of the
South
gems of the earth.
Shit, dude. How dare you?
I was repping Circular Quay hard to a Scottish guy the other day that's visiting, and I was like, it is actually beautiful.
Yeah.
Get the ferry over to Manly. Yeah. It's a beautiful city.
Sydney is, I like to think Sydney is, and I'm not the first person to, make this comparison.
Are you about to say Melbourne and Sydney are different?
You know what? I won't even bother then. I won't even bother. No, but Sydney is like the most beautiful girl with the horrid personality.
Yeah.
You're looking at it and you're like, oh, that's stunning. And then anything happens, you're like, oh, God, shut up. Ruined
it. Yeah. I mean, I'm playing a show in Circular Quay in November, which I haven't done before.
Whereabouts in Circular Quay?
Mary's Underground.
Oh, great venue.
Yeah.
Love Mary's Underground.
I've only been there once, but it yeah.
Is it new? I don't know if I've been there.
Wish.
It's not new. Well, actually, here's a story. Got told a tale when I was there. It used to be like a legendary jazz club. Like Miles Davis has played there.
What the hell?
Yeah. And like crazy old jazz joint. And then I guess Mary's bought it some years ago and turned it into what is now like a hardcore / hip hop venue, I suppose.
That does make a lot of sense for how it's set out. There's like nice wooden banners.
Yeah. And that, because when I walked in for a hardcore show, I walked in, I was like, this is way too nice for what this is. And then someone was like, yeah, it's like 100-year-old jazz club that they just turned into this. But, directly across the road, there's a pub that has pokies. So it's very Sydney.
Yeah. You got to have that.
Yeah.
You got to have that.
And I'm surprised they didn't drag him in there. But, that's okay.
For now.
For now. Yeah.
We'll see how the city's economy's doing. You'll be able to play the pokies while you watch a hardcore.
Yeah.
They'll have them in the middle of the pit.
I mean, that was a big thing many years ago of other venues in Sydney. What is now Crowbar, what was Baldface Stag, that was kind of famously, it had a pokies room and you could see the stage from the pokies room.
Rough.
The ultimate experience.
Yeah, you could just have a slap,
hitting the feature,
watch the band,
watching the stage stuff.
So I suppose that's my big hotel takeaway in Sydney is that. I think the other thing too for me is distance to where I need to be, because often I find people will, in their head, booking you somewhere to stay is like, I'll book you as close as possible to the venue, which I understand and I appreciate, but I don't need to be at the venue when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I could be wherever the fuck I want to
And
be.
you're going to be there for a couple of hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, these are that's my Aaron's travel tips for the day.
People are getting full of info on this set.
Yeah, they're getting the numbers. They're getting everything.
Also, a group chat we're just in, a friend of ours just asked if I still, or someone still had a hookup to book vans, which I can do. And so now I'm just booking vans for our friend to drive his daughter around for her birthday with all of her friends.
That's that birthday cheap as hell.
Yeah. Got to do it. But, these are the things at this point. Like, I feel like because my day job is like organizing stuff, I've become very good at that for the art part of me. So I'm very conscious of that. And that's the thing that I like doing with this. I want to make me getting drunk at a show as easy and as comfortable as possible for me.
Man, I think that's like a really common crossover is like, particularly in the performing arts, is you watch people like when you start out, everyone organizes everything kind of for you.
Yeah.
And eventually you get so frustrated at them doing it badly, like, oh, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's also just getting older as well. Like, I'm just not willing anymore, particularly when like I appreciate when younger people are like, hey, do you want to do this thing? I'm like, yeah, I'll do this thing. And then you get there and you're like, I could do this better. Like, I know. Like we were talking before about like,
But you gotta let them.
Yeah, you gotta let them. Yeah, you gotta let them learn. Like,
I go to so many open mics. I'm like, why is it like this?
Yeah, there could be a spotlight, guys. I don't know if you've ever thought of that.
But even like a big one, a big one for you has been chairs. Like,
oh yeah, chairs.
Just
how
your issue with chairs?
They're always too spread out.
Yeah.
You gotta jam people in. Yeah,
and people not. I mean, again, I'm not a comic, but going to so many shows with you, like walking in and seeing the first 3 rows empty, and like
you got to usher.
You got to usher.
Yeah, you got to move them up. And there was this open mic that's existed for ages where I walked in, I was like, flip this around, spotlight, and then someone finally did that. Gig ended 2 weeks later.
So not quite the Midas touch you thought.
Yeah. I don't know. There was other factors in there. It's hard stuff. Well, doing the 2 weeks at Edinburgh, like you're kind of on tour, but you're in one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do a ton of gigs there?
Oh, heaps.
Yeah.
Heaps.
Did you feel like gig fit when you came out?
Yeah, it actually, guys, get ready for sincerity. Trigger warning.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
It made me, and I've never not liked doing comedy, but it made me like appreciate and enjoy doing comedy again.
Yeah.
Because it was all that you could focus on. And there was just like every night to do like 4 gigs and like be in front of different crowds and try new stuff was just, it was so sick. It made me feel like when I first started comedy, I was like, I'll do a gig anywhere.
Yeah.
And it literally like recaptured that spirit. Cause I was like, it's in a cupboard at midday. Fuck yeah. I'll be
Get me in
there.
there.
I can't wait.
Love the cupboard.
Yeah. That's hard to like, I feel like there's nowhere else to get that experience of just like, it's like a comedy like sprint of like, you're going to just do this every day for this amount of time. And you don't have to think about anything else.
Yeah. Literally turned off my email notifications while I was there. Didn't respond to, and I was like, I just want a gig and not deal with anything else, which was like such a lesson.
And And you did the Threes comedy shows.
Yes, have you done the Threes comedy shows?
I love the Threes comedy.
If you're in Edinburgh, go check out Threes comedy. They're happening literally nearly every hour of the day for the entire month.
Peter Jones, great comic, great person. He he like sort of started it with a few other comics. And although we did do one last year that was in a venue that was possibly the worst one.
What was the venue? Say it.
Well, I think it's changed. I was trying to show this to some friends the other day. I think it was like New York City themed. And now it is Wild West themed.
Oh, was it in the new town?
Yes.
I know. Yes, I know exactly the one you're talking about. I went there.
Yeah, the guy who was in the
It's so weird.
It's so weird. They don't really know what they're doing. Like some of the venues in the Fringe, you go in and it's like super organized. They're ushering people in. This, you go in, people working there don't even really know what's on, which is a sick thing. I reckon. That's sort of more in line in how I should feel about comedy. They're like, you're here to do this thing. We don't care about that. And
was it in that back room with the booth seats?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird because half the seats are facing away from the stage.
Yeah, we had to like train people we put some chairs in the middle. And we're like, no, don't sit up there. Sit here. Yeah. Don't have your back to us.
Yeah. Crazy that you got to spell that out for people.
Yeah, it's always funny, like when people sit around a table with their back to the like the stage. You're like, how you think you're going to enjoy this show?
Yeah. Why are you here?
You can go not watch comedy for free somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can be at your house.
But yeah, I think, and it sounded like there was an improvement this year with those shows. But I'm glad you went to that venue. I'm trying to explain it to people. I feel like a crazy person.
Yeah, because you can still feel like at the front, you're like, this wasn't originally a Western place. Like the like moldings of it are of like, because it used to be hip hop.
Yeah, like I would say like early, like this. Like I remember there'd be like a taxi cab, like just the concept of New York.
And that's very much embedded in the wall and the layout. But now they've just kind of like strewn hay bales around and they're playing like country music, but like too loud.
Yes.
Like way too loud that you like can't have a conversation.
Does it have saloon doors at least or no?
No, nothing. That would be too much effort.
Yeah. More hay bales.
They've got like a big fake horse, but it's not like it's like a sculpture horse. It's not like a Western horse.
It's too fancy, this horse.
Yeah.
And this new tour, what were you doing material for that on this?
Yeah, so in Edinburgh, it was just like a work in progress to write this show, which is I would highly recommend. I understand why people who've worked on a show for a year go to Edinburgh and get so hurt when they've put their whole ass into this. This is their precious baby. And then after like sellout festivals and stuff, they're all of a sudden performing to 4 people in literally another cupboard, you know, whereas this is like work in progress. I was like, if anyone shows up, I'll be stoked just as long as I can say the jokes out loud.
Yeah, I feel like that way of doing things, like starting in Edinburgh where it's like you can muck around and do it for free. Yeah. Obviously, you pay a lot of money to go over there, but don't worry about that.
But it's worth the investment because I'm like, yeah, it did cost like a ton of money, but I've come back with a show that I'm like, it's the most worked in hour that I've ever done.
That's
like,
sick.
It's definitely the best show that I've ever put together. And it means that I'll be able to tour it for longer.
Yeah.
And
you get more out of what you're putting in.
Yeah. And have like more fun with it. So I'm like, eventually, fingers crossed, the costs will like come back and recoup themselves.
And like, because your special that you put out, like, was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah. I literally was writing, you know, like out my set for tonight, and I kept being like, last year I put out my first comedy special, and I was like, no, it's been literally 2 years.
And I feel like you like that special's done pretty well on YouTube.
Yeah,
you like really put everything into it.
Yeah.
And I really liked your like marketing promo of like revealing you were going to reveal the tattoo.
Yes.
If you got a certain amount of views.
Yes.
Was that always the plan?
No, that kind of just came out of like promoting it, and I kind of like because there's a story, basically, to sum it up for everyone, the special is called Bipolar Baby. You'll never guess what it was about. And in it, I tell the story of like the worst manic episode that I ever had, where I got very obsessed with the band Primus. And yeah, I mean, of all the manic episodes, like of all the damage, like people like OD, people spend their entire life savings. And I was like, whoa, this bass line, I think I hear God in this.
Just trying to ride that sea of cheese, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I was deep in the fromage. But I was about to get like a giant chest tattoo that said Primus forever.
Okay.
And then I got sedated and it cut that out right away. But people are like, did you get the tattoo? And I was like, oh, people are really disappointed that I didn't get this tattoo. And every podcast I went on, they're like, did you get it? Did you get it? And I was like, you know what would be great? If I actually did get it. And I was like, but no, I'm not getting a tattoo for no reason. I'm not getting a tattoo and then the special gets, 200 views. Yeah. And I go, well, it's still people have watched it at least. But I was like, you know what? If it gets 50K views, I will get the tattoo. And it is now on 100K views, which is spectacular. And I did get the tattoo.
Okay.
Not on my chest.
How big is it?
It's on my inner lip.
Okay.
It's now, it doesn't, full disclosure, it's very faded.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. How long ago did you get that?
2 years.
Man, I got this when I was 18 and it's still there.
Some people's don't fade.
It says party.
Yeah, there's never a sensible inner lip tattoo.
No, well, friend of the show, Jace Clark, got scumbag written in there. And then the S has dropped out. So now he has cumbag written in there.
Yeah, this kind of says Prius, I think. I don't think it really.
That's kind of sensible for, getting older.
I turned 31 and it was like, no, we're about the environment now.
Yeah, I got a Prius stat.
Yeah, I just love the Prius.
Going hard for Toyota.
That's sick though. I'm very impressed by the commitment to the bit there.
Thank you. I got to commit to the bit. That's all I've got.
And and the fact that the bit involved, one of our great prog rock bands of all time.
Had
you listened to anything in that genre before finding Primus?
Not at all.
How did you get onto Primus?
Well, it was what happened. I never heard of them before.
Yeah.
And what happened was I got, and this is for anyone who's like on the fence about getting medicated, this is a very rare thing. It does. Don't let this scare you out of doing it. So basically, I went in to see a psych, and he was like, "Oh, like if you've got bipolar, it's like probably not that intense. I think maybe you have more ADHD. We'll give you some Ritalin and see how that goes."
Yeah.
And how it went was 3 days later, after exclusively listening to nothing but really like pop music.
Yeah.
And in terms of like hardcore and rock, only ever really like pop punk.
Okay.
As far as I went. And after my whole life doing that, one day I was walking down the street after being on Ritalin for 3 days, and it just Spotify glitched or something, and Primus song came on. We're known as Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah, one of the greats.
Specific. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't think I've ever heard music until now.
The rivers parted.
Yeah.
And Primus was at the end.
Yeah, and I saw God. I was like, what is in this? This is unbelievable. Crazy. And then it bubbled over into 3 whole days of me just listening to Primus, like not sleeping, starting to like write down the lyrics and like the counting out numbers of the beats and the time and how many lines and syllables and attributing that to like Bible verses.
Okay.
And stuff.
So you really found God.
Literally really found God. Started making plans to go to LA to meet Mr. Les Claypool.
Okay.
Tell him that we should be married.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. Very chill stuff. Very chill stuff. And thank God, like I ended up going to see my psych. He called me up. He's like, you meant to have an appointment. Where are you? I was like, I'm busy. Obviously.
I got numbers to write down.
Yeah. I've got a flight to book, brother.
Yeah. Because I guess we talk a lot on this show about how people get into certain types of music. And it's like, you hear Blink-182 once and you just get slightly heavier. But yeah, the glitch and hearing it Cold is like a wild.
Particularly Primus too.
I couldn't tell you how it got onto my playlist.
Yeah, because I would say Primus is like, as someone who listened to them when I was a child, like they're not an easy band to get into.
No.
Like you got to work through other prog stuff to get to Primus because it's.
I mean, we talked about Miles Davis earlier. That's the area that we're in.
But like, I would say like, for me in school, it was like listening to Tool and listening to other kind of weird metal-y shit. And then being like, oh, I like the South Park theme song. Who writes that? Well, it's this band called Primus.
Yeah. And that's the perfect entry point. Their music is so similar to the South Park thing. You're not like, oh, this is a departure from their main work. You're like, no, that's it.
That's it.
It is it.
Yeah.
But literally, and that's why I was kind of like, yeah, this is a manic episode because it deviated from my regular taste, like so hard. And I'm sorry to disappoint because people always come up to me and they're like, oh, yeah, Primus, you love Primus. I'm like, I don't think we can really ever say I loved Primus. Like it was medically
obsessed.
a manic episode.
Yeah,
Like, and like occasionally I'll listen to a song just to see if it, to see how I'm doing mentally,
if it's stuck.
to check in. But I really don't listen to them whatsoever.
Fuck yeah, that's so awesome.
Did it expand your music listening at all though?
Yeah, definitely. It made me I don't know if it was that expanded it.
Got stuck with the Primus gene.
If anything, just to be safe, I went back to listening to nothing but Taylor Swift for 6 months.
Yeah, you got to even it out.
Just to be, safe.
Yeah.
It's like being deep underwater. You got to decompress.
Yeah. But over the past, couple of years, because that happened 7 years ago at this point, definitely have started listening to more hardcore, have deviated a bit more from the pop. But there is a point in your 30s where you're like, I can't just keep listening to Panic at the Disco. I
don't know. Some people would beg.
I still love a bit of Panic at the D. Don't stress. But I gotta, check outside of it, and also working at Triple J as well. Definitely, because you gotta listen to everything.
Yeah.
It can't just be, the same soft Aussie rock stuff. You gotta fill out the show with other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been really good.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think once you've flirted with Primus, then the rest of the spectrum of music is open for you.
Yeah. Truly.
So doors have been opened now. You can sort of see whatever you want.
I mean, a big Trophy Eyes fan. That's definitely.
Yeah, you got the shirt on.
I got the shirt on. Not the bedazzled one, but anyone that doesn't follow me, to give some context, I spent I think 30 hours putting rhinestones on a Trophy Eyes shirt to wear on Spics and Specs.
Fuck yeah.
And thank you. It was so cool.
Awesome.
It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever created.
Yeah.
And got there and they were like, you're not allowed to wear that on.
How come?
Because it's
the lights?
No branding, no logos.
Oh.
And I was like, but it's merch. It's an Australian.
Yeah.
This show is about music and Australian music.
Bands go on that shirt.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, what a good opportunity to rep them. And they were like, no, it still counts as.
See, yeah, that's kind of wild that it's that. Because, I mean, Adam Rosenbach's Australian comedian definitely wore a Hate Breed shirt on there and a Parkway Drive shirt back in the day.
Yes.
On the original version.
It was the Hate Breed shirt, the photo of him wearing a Hate Breed shirt on that show was
did numbers on the forum.
On Australian hardcore forums. Because people were like, holy shit, someone on TV likes Hate Breed.
That's okay. Because you know what? I did think, I was like, because I worked on the show as a writer. I was like,
yeah,
I swear I've seen people wear merch, but maybe it's the rules have changed since the older episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
You're just getting pretty conservative down there.
Yeah. I was a little BTS, which was the moment that I found out, is because I went in there and they were like, you can't wear it. And I'm like, trying not to cry because I was like, I
spent hours making this thing.
Yeah. I didn't bring anything else to wear. So now I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to wear on the show.
Yeah.
And they were filming another episode at the same time. So they do 2 back to back.
Yeah.
And the first episode, there was Miss Kanina, who's awesome Indigenous artist. And she was wearing an always will be shirt.
Yeah.
And the little devil in my brain was like, oh, but she's wearing. How come she gets to? And I was like, let's back up a second.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very different.
Not a hill you want to die on.
Especially not in the ABC. And they would just be like, oh, we're just going to see you out the exit
Yeah.
immediately.
Take that fucking shirt with you. Yeah. Well, our friend posted a screenshot of a kid wearing a Speed shirt on Kill Tony
Yeah.
that was just on. And I was like, well, there we go.
That's all it takes.
It's good enough for Kill Tony. Not even a music-based show.
Yeah, that's hard to argue that down the ABC. It's like, I saw him wearing it on Kill Tony.
He's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Sick. And yeah, this show, is it just your best stuff from the last little while? Is there a bit of a theme to it, or?
It's kind of just filling people in on what the last 2 years has been like.
Yeah, dope.
What I've been up to. There's a bit about turning 30 because legally as a comedian, you'd have to talk about that when you turn 30. Yeah. And also like a lot about friendship. Because that's like something that's become very important to me in the last couple of years. Now that I'm, less of a head case, and like, I'm actually really grateful for the people that have put up with me.
Really stuck in there.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot about that. I wish I could. And this is the thing that I'm nervous about. It's like the last special was truly bonkers, like about like literally being clinically insane.
Sure.
And now I'm like, I don't know, friends, and just, getting comfortable with who you are. I'm like, oh, this is Well, it's still fun though. It's still fun, guys.
It's relatable, People have friends.
I feel like that with even just writing shows, it was like first hour was like just best bits of everything I'd done in comedy so far. Then this year's show was like very on theme, like about a specific thing, and then I sort of have to go somewhere in the middle for the next one.
Yeah,
because like it's funny when people are like, "Oh, you're like the punk guy now." I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't want to have to do jokes about that for the rest of my life. Or, if you're actually unwell in a show, it's like, no, it's a good thing that I'm better.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint everyone, but I'm actually doing great now.
Yeah. It's like I had a video go kind of good last year that was like about getting the bus to the airport, and people were like, you're going to do stuff about public transport now. I'm like, I couldn't imagine anything worse than just being like a niche person.
And good on the people that can do that.
Yeah.
Like,
no, seriously.
pick a thing and rock
credit
with
to them.
But yeah, the bus to the airport, God, you're just doing sponsored content for the Sky Bus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big shill for Big Bus.
And also because like I didn't want to do another like mental illness hour because I'm like, I don't want to be.
You can't be that person.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to just be the bipolar comedian.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not the whole of who I am.
Yeah.
And then, then I'm like forced to be talking about it all the time. And it is like taxing.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about like a lot of
It's a real thing.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I years ago playing in bands and like was in an emo band and would sing about breakups, and it's like, man, talking about these breakups all the time makes it really hard to get over.
Yeah. You're always living in that moment then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I will say I was glad that the tour for Bipolar Baby was pretty short. Like, I was like, I better figure this out. Quick, film it and put it out there.
And then move right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so what are the upcoming dates? What do you got?
Upcoming dates, we got edit out that big R. Edit out that. I'm gonna have to literally look at it.
No, that's fine. Ben, while she's looking up, what do you got coming up?
Geelong Comedy Festival on Thursday, 30th of October.
Nice.
Doing that. That is probably my last punk music show for a while.
Yep.
And
then punk is done.
Then punk is done for the moment. And then I'm doing these monthly trial shows. By the time this comes out, I don't know who the next ones are, but I'm doing like the last Sunday of every month until Comedy Fest, I suppose.
Yeah.
So come to those.
They've been really fun.
They've been fun.
I've been to them.
Yeah, me and one other comedian. So far, it's been Bron Cuss, Jordan Barr, and Alex Ward. So I probably will find a non-lesbian for the next one.
Just to bring that diversity down.
Yeah, or keep it different. I don't know. It just worked out that way. So yeah, I'm doing those. So come to those. So trying to do a new half an hour every month.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's an awesome goal.
Yeah, I towards Comedy Festival, we'll be repeating some stuff to make it better. But yeah, I was like getting around to open mics. I was like, sometimes get there and there's like fuck all people there. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I mean, I will keep doing it, but I need something else as well.
Yeah, you could do something more substantial. Going from like 7 minutes to an hour is
impossible.
It's too much of a jump.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's too hard. Yeah, give me 15 minutes at least.
Come on. Yeah, ever since
Gotta.
I've got back from Edinburgh, I'm like, we need to have more like 20 to 30 minute
Oh yeah,
spots.
it's crazy that we don't have more of that.
Yeah, so one day I will be starting a new room in Sydney that is specifically 20 to 30 minutes. So keep posted when I do that 18 months from now with how productive I am.
You got to say it out loud.
Yeah. If you want to see me sooner, the dates are
Here we
Canberra on the 26th of September, Perth 11th of October at Oasis Comedy, which is the first comedy club I ever performed at. I love performing at Oasis.
Hell yeah.
At Brisbane on the 18th of October for the Caxton Street Festival. Adelaide the 25th of October and Sydney on the 1st of November, which I will be filming the next special. So if you're there, get on down. All tickets are at beccharlwood.com.
How about that? Amazing promo.
Thank you.
Top and bottom of the show.
Yeah, we've done it.
You got to get it in.
Top and tail.
Hey, at this point, people are like, oh, I should go out and do the dishes now, or they've moved on to another task. The drive is finished.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Aaron, do you have any other?
I've got shows. By the time this comes out, I will have played a couple of the ones with one band, Aglo, and then I've got a couple with this band, I Exist. We're playing in Canberra on the 24th of October, and then in Sydney on the 28th of November. So at Mary's Underground in Sydney. So if you want to check out Circular Quay with me, 28th of Nov is when I'll be there doing that.
Wow. I'll try come through.
Hey, do it. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. Try and hear that Miles Davis echo through.
Well, yeah, thanks for being here.
My absolute pleasure, guys.
Thank you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.